Hey guys, it's me, Stacey. Sorry I've been away for a while. It's been a while since I recorded my last video, but I was really busy with uni work. Well, just finishing projects, getting them all finished because we had deadlines, and I just hadn't really been that motivated, to be honest, because I've actually been going to see about my anxiety, which is what today's video is going to be centered around. I just thought I'd do a serious kind of video and, I don't know, maybe try and give some advice, know how I try and cope with it. It's the first time I've actually gone to get help for my anxiety, which I've had for a few years now, to be honest. I think it started when I left school. I think something at school triggered it. It was like fifth year wasn't a very good year for me. I wasn't the most popular at school, struggled a little bit, so I think I just felt quite alone in that year. And there was a big group that I used to be friends with, and I used to sit with them at lunch, and something happened and I kind of like stopped speaking to most of them, and I just used to kind of spend my lunch times in art and, chill there, because that was where I felt most comfortable. I loved art. I knew that's what I wanted to study. But yeah, I think it just started after fifth year and it got progressively worse throughout college. And then I left home to go to uni, and obviously being on your own after being at home for 19 years is a big change, so I think that maybe set off a little bit, made it worse maybe in the long run. But don't get me wrong, I love living away from home and it's great. I'm loving it. I absolutely love it, and I've made some amazing new friends. But because with uni work you're kind of left to it on your own, and I don't know, I have been struggling a little bit, and it's just kind of gotten worse throughout the years. I did try and get help for it before. He basically just told me that everyone suffers from a form of anxiety, which could be true, but she didn't really give me the chance to sit down and let me explain how bad mine was, and she just told me that there was nothing she could do for me, and that was it. She didn't even suggest places I could go to or anyone I could speak to. So after that, it kind of just shot me down and made me just not want to speak about it again, with anyone, because I was like to myself, well, what's the point in going to get help if no one's going to help me? So I just kind of tried to deal with it in my way and just try to kind of get over it, but it's easier said than done. It's something that you just can't get over because it's always going to be there. So I'm now in my second year of uni, and it was getting really bad to the point where I was like, no, I need to go back to the doctors and get help for this. So I think it's been a few weeks, yeah, it's maybe like a month or two since I went to the doctors to speak about it. There was this well-being clinic that got suggested to me, which was, it's part of the doctors I go to. It's just like a separate kind of doctor who does it. So they referred me to there, and it's just like a short you only get about 4 or 5 appointments, but you can get longer if they feel that you need it. So I've now had 2 appointments there, and it has been helpful. The lady who sees me has given me advice sheets, like little tips to sort of help cope, and it's just nice to have someone to sit down and talk to. It's pretty chill. So it's helped a lot, and I'm really thankful I actually went and someone listened to me, and I don't feel like I shouldn't be speaking about it, and you know, just coping mechanisms of how we can sort of learn to deal with it better. I mean, I'll never be cured, it's always going to be with me, but this way at least it's helping me to control when I'm out in stressful situations. I hate being out in busy places, out in public, and Christmas is probably one of the worst times for it because the shops are mobbed and you're trying to do your Christmas shopping and it can just be really stressful. So it's just nice to be able to have the help to kind of control that. I was out shopping with my sister on Saturday and town was really busy. I'm back at home now and I find it a little bit more stressful being back at home because there's people I know here because I grew up here. There's people I went, you know, to school with who I didn't particularly get on with, who I could potentially bump into, or people that I've fallen out with in college or whatever. Just saying, just bumping into people and being back at home, you know, it triggers you, it does trigger you, and you just overthink in your head. You're like, oh my god, I could bump into this person or this person, and also the busyness of the shop. People can be quite rude around this time of year when they're shopping. So for me to go out and shop in such a busy time, especially on a Saturday the week before Christmas, was even like an achievement in itself. I mean, it helped that my sister was there because I had someone with me, but I managed to stay calm. I didn't panic. I was proud of myself, and it just kind of shows that if you do go and get the help, it can help you to control it in those sort of situations. It's worth it. I would suggest going to speak to someone about it. Just even if it's one of your close friends or like a member of your family. There's a couple of really close friends that I can speak to about it, and I know that they will keep it to themselves and they can offer me advice, and it's really nice to know that you've got those people in your life, and it really does help having the support. So yeah, that's what I would say. Go get the help for it. Just do it because it will help you in the long run. And I know it'll never probably cure you, always have it with you, but it helps. It just makes life a little bit easier. So on Twitter I was asking people if they had any questions for me so I could answer, and one of them was like, do you have any advice on how to learn to love yourself and be confident? Sort of kind of ties in with the topic of anxiety, I suppose. I mean, I find it hard to be confident, but I mean, there's been a couple of people who have told me like a piece of advice is to portray a character within yourself. So like, think of someone who absolutely inspires you, who you adore. Like, I would think of Demi Lovato because she is confident. She is the essence of confidence. The amount of stuff she's gone through and come out the other side, it's just totally inspirational. So I would think of her, and you've just kind of got to pretend you're them in these sorts of situations to kind of help you get through it. So that's quite a good bit of advice, I would say, for anyone who struggles with confidence. Try and portray a character, and that might help you get through the situation. Because, to be honest, if you're around sort of like in public, the likelihood of seeing these people again or like 0% chance. Like, people say this to me all the time, they're like, you're probably never going to see them again. And I know that's like hard to put into your brain because you're like, oh, but what if it sticks in people's minds? It's like, but you're not going to see them again, it doesn't matter. Like, the only opinions that should matter in your life are the people you care about. So, I mean, if you think of that and just think, yeah, just portray a character, like whoever it may be, you know. Also, like, learning to love yourself. I mean, I know that comes with time. You've just kind of got to learn to, and only you can make yourself like fully happy. Yeah, if you're being true to yourself, then you will get there, and you've just got to remember to, you know, stay strong, as Demi would say. Everything will be okay in the end. You've just got to live in the moment and enjoy your life. You know, just just don't think of the negative things. I know I do, it's like easier to say this, like, trust me, I know people have said that to me before, and it's like, well, you can't just say that, but you do, you just have to like try and block out all the negatives in your life and just think of the positives and how much they probably overtake the negatives. Like, there's probably a lot more positive things in your life than you actually realise. It's just sometimes the negatives can stick in your brain and just like overpower, but you've just not got to let them do that. You've just got to put them right to the back of your head and think, right, there's so much more positive things in my life that I should be focusing on, and then you will get there. Like, you'll be so much more happier. I mean, I'm trying to learn to do that as well with some of the advice that the clinic has given me, is to just, whenever you think of a negative thought, just stop what you're doing, think, right, I need to just not focus on this negative thought, push it to one side, or just throw it out of your mind, just stop, blank mind, just block it out and think of something else in return that is positive, or something positive that's happened to you. And trust me, it will help. I've started to do that as soon as I've been thinking negative. I'm like, right, Stacey, you need to stop what you're doing and think of something else, and it does help. So on that note, I hope maybe some of this advice helps you, me speaking about a little bit about my experiences. I might do more videos like this, you never know. Again, sorry for being away for so long, but hey, you've got a video today, so yes, it's close to Christmas, so I hope you all enjoy your Christmas and New Year, and I'll probably be back after the New Year, depending on how busy second semester of uni is. But anyways, Merry Christmas to you all, and have a really good New Year. Bye!